Hi, Andrew here, and I think I'll return to the topic at hand. I began my last video, my last recording again, I'm not sure when they'll get published, in what order I will publish them. I made a joke about not spreading myself too thin. My brain is oatmeal, it's not butter, but I don't want to spread it too thin in any case. Why don't I want to spread myself too thinly? Or at least, why don't I want to spread my brain too thinly? And the answer is simply, let's take a page from Einstein's way of philosophy of life. At least it was attributed to Einstein. That's when I was in physics, when I was studying physics, the University of Waterloo, we talked about this, and Einstein's theory of mental energy, or the conservation of mental energy, that unlike in the physical world where energy can neither be created nor destroyed, merely converted from one form to another, mental energy, you have a limit. You have a certain amount of mental energy. And apocryphally, Einstein had 7 outfits that he rotated daily. So he didn't have to put any mental energy into what am I going to wear. Well, I have more than 7 outfits, but you've probably seen enough of these videos to realize that I don't put any mental effort into what I'm going to wear. I reach into the drawer, I grab a t-shirt. Today's t-shirt, let's see what it is. Yes, this was back in my consulting training days in Colorado when the wildfire version of Pro Engineer, now known as Creo, came out. And to their consulting and resellers and training partners, we all got free t-shirts. So if anybody's interested, this t-shirt is at least 20 years old, and I still fit in it. I have a t-shirt that my brother brought back from Guinness in Ireland sometime in the mid to late 80s, and I can still wear it. All those people who tell you that when you get to be 21, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, married, have children, you're going to get fat? Not necessarily. I'm living proof it's not true. But I digress. We're talking about spreading your mental energy too thinly. And I don't do that. I have a set of pants. I have a set of t-shirts. They're, pants are hung up here. T-shirts are all in the drawer. Grab a pair of underwear, grab a pair of socks, grab a pair of pants, grab a shirt, throw it on, out the door. I have sweaters that I throw over my t-shirts for work. Golf shirts for the summer, and I treat them the exact same way. The next one on the rack is the one that I wear, because I don't want to waste the energy thinking about it. And I suppose my appearance reflects that, so it goes. But there's more to it than that. There's things beyond that. I have talked about motivation being insufficient for change. And this is where spreading yourself too thinly, spreading your mental energy too thinly comes. I have a set of goals for this year, and I've stated on a number of occasions, or at least written on a number of occasions, that goals are for suckers, systems are for winners, goals are for suckers, winners have systems. I have ambition. Maybe it's better to say I have ambitions. There are things that I want to get done, and I wasn't getting anything done because I'm wrapped up in this mental health crisis that I'm in. Well, first thing, address that. And I sought help. I'm getting the help. It's a recurring thing. It's on a regular basis. It's no longer the need that's no longer sucking away at my mental energy. That's moved into the column of it's scheduled, it's regular, it's handled. No mental energy into it. Next thing, I'm out of shape. Well, I'm not now. I'm not in great shape, but I'm no longer the slug that I was 2 months ago. How? I applied the mental energy to get a system of, I'm going to go this distance on this route at this time every day. And I did that 3 weeks. And I just consistently put the time in. And that's the only, Only thing I applied any mental energy to. Once I had that up and running and it was starting to become systematic, starting to become habitual, I added in yoga. And so I had an aerobic exercise at one end of the day and I had yoga at the other end of the day. Separated them out nice and far, and I moved the yoga into a time where I was already doing something. I put it in at clean up the kitchen time. I would sort of do half the kitchen, take a break, do my yoga, finish the kitchen. Inserting it in there. Now, I wasn't always perfect. Sometimes I finished the kitchen and was looking longingly toward the TV remote, but I put the mental energy in to get that mat out and do the yoga. 4 weeks later, now let me tell you a story about, was it Wednesday? Wednesday this week, we had an all hands on deck meeting, and it was a long one. The entire department, we had a 2-hour meeting. That 2-hour meeting was scheduled from 10 to noon. Fortunately, our company has implemented, since the remote work thing of over 2 years now, that meetings no longer go start and end on the hour. They start, they are 25 minutes out of 30. So you can start on the hour and end at 25, start on the half and end at 55, or you can start on the hour and end at 50, basically. And for the 2-hour meeting, we had a break. We're coming up to noon, and I have my walk at noon. I eat my lunch, let it digest a bit, and then I eat my lunch at 11:30, go for my walk between 11:45 and 10 to 12. 10 to 12 rolls around, the meeting is coming to a close, and I'm antsy to get out there and do this thing. I've crossed over that midway point. I don't need to apply mental energy to it anymore because it's now simply a part of my day. And the same in the evenings with my yoga. It's simply crossed over and it's become a part of my day. And I've added a new, I've used the mental energy to get those things going. They no longer take any mental energy. So I've added a new one. My sleep is a mess. I get up at the same time every day, but I haven't been getting to bed consistently. And I've been getting overtired. I've been getting ragged, sleep deprived. It messes with your physical systems. It also messes with your mental health. And one of my problems is that when I get tired, my depression hits harder. And the trouble with that is when my depression hits harder, I don't sleep well, and it's harder to get to bed, and it's harder to motivate, and I don't have the mental energy. Okay, so I've got to get it so that it's no longer a mental energy thing. And so for the last few nights, all I've been doing is I've been applying the mental energy to get my lazy ass up off the couch, turn off that idiot box, put down the book, whatever I'm doing, and go to bed on time. It's the only thing I'm applying the mental energy for change to. Still going through all of the things that I have to do, but the things that I have added as ambitions, goals, what have you for the year, I'm knocking them down one at a time, but I'm focusing on one to get it habitual, systematic, before I apply the mental energy to another one. It's a way around the New Year's resolution conundrum that I talk about. Inspiration's not going to do it. Motivation's not going to do it. You've got to get it systematic and habitual. And this is how I do it, by applying the mental energy to only one thing at a time. So, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share. That was my time. Now it's your time. And in the meantime, take care of yourself, and you'll see me soon.